Hey there, my name is Pravus and welcome to more Lords and Villeins. This video is still sponsored by the publisher Fulcrum. Thank you. You guys can find a link in the description down below if you would like to learn more about the game. So, we have a couple more families that were added in the last video. We're actually probably about to get another one, at least I'm hoping so. I saw a hunting family hanging out over here. And hunting is a profession I wouldn't mind opening up. In my opinion, you want to start with some of the more base professions, right? Raw materials. And once you've got that settled, that's when you want to start bringing in the more production-heavy industrial kinds of families. Which is why I probably should have accepted the mining family. I was just like, I don't know if I'm actually making enough food to justify this. But that's okay. Hunting solves that problem. There they are. Boom. Okay. Yep, we're going to go ahead and take in the Carteret family. Perfect. I'm already setting out some space for a house for them all the way down over here. Good lord, camera, move. There we go. So we're getting this set up over here, and then I see a whole load of animals out in these different directions, so I have to imagine we'll be able to get plenty of extra food that away. One thing we could consider doing is getting a butcher at some point as well. A butchering family will be able to take that extra meat, whether that be something I am growing domestically or hunting, and turn that into food that my nobles are going to like. It's kind of a waste of time if it's not for the nobles specifically, so I'd say that's a very, very low-hanging piece of fruit. But on the plus side, meat and leather are going to be on the menu now. While they get themselves set up, what about a new hunting zone for peasants? There it is, hunting area, hooray! Interestingly, the animals don't seem to spend a lot of time in the forest. They kind of congregate in a few other areas. So let's start by turning this right over here, for example, into one nice big hunting area. We are going to assign this to the proper family. And for now, I'll leave this on stewardry, though at some point, I wouldn't mind transitioning some of these families to sockage. Let them start taking some of their own product of their production, right, and actually start, building up their own economy. But for now, until I have my economy fully settled, I don't see any reason to worry about that. For now, we'll just go ahead and give them some space, let them do their thing, and I'll claim all the rewards. When is that really going to change, you might be wondering? I think the big thing is when I run out of money, that's a pretty darn good sign that we're in trouble and we need to let these guys do their own thing, right? Let them spend their own money transferring goods back and forth. But if we ever get to that point, I think we're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. I'd really rather get some basic industries up and running, kind of like a tailor, for that I need a sheep. Just saying. But if we can get that up and running and start overproducing something useful and worth some money, like clothes. Now that's something we can start selling. I'll get my own taxes, get my own cut, send it off to the caravans, and start bringing some income into the town. Gotta say, there is something very peaceful about this game. It's just so wholesome. I think part of it's the art style, because, again, the economics of this game could become fairly complicated, especially if I let it, but you just wouldn't know, because the game is just so darn cute. And how dire can it be? How deep can it be? And it turns out pretty deep. It's deceptive in that way, but in all the right ways. We've got a bit of a problem here, though. 9 villagers are starving? That should not be happening, I would think. Okay, it's these families specifically. Did I just, not give them enough meals? But there's food to go around. Hang on, let me just double-check the warehouse. It's important to notice these things before people start to die. That would obviously suck for extremely obvious reasons. Corn, at the local market. I'm not giving it away. Okay, until taxed, give away some food for free, please. So what do we need in a hunting area? We need a hideout. Okay, that makes sense. Place for them to do some hunting. A little hunting blind action seems fine. A forest feeder to attract them to a specific area. Sure, if I have the food to go around, why not? Plus a trap or two takes some steel rods. Knackery for storage. Weapons rack, no. Do we need bows and stuff before they're going to be able to do anything? Oh, we may not be able to do any hunting now that I think about it. Huh. A knackery is good for storing the corpses of animals, so we'll at least get one of those placed. Another fishing family. I would say no to this, except more people fishing means potentially more food to go around at a time when I could really use more food. Yeah, I guess I could allow this. I think we will. Let's bring in another family specifically with the purpose of making more food. Now, that does come with some problems, though. I don't have any yarn, I don't think. So putting down more nets and fishing rods is going to be a little bit tough. We really need some caravans to come through with stuff that we need. It'd be pretty important. So far, I feel like we're not getting very lucky on pretty much any of it. And we need a lot of stuff. Oh, I stand corrected. We do have some yarn. I'm looking down over here. We've got 56. Well, we should be able to do something with that then. Let's set this to Milliken. Stewardry. Boom, boom, boom. All right. By all means, go grab some yarn. The problem is we haven't granted it to people because I didn't make it free because I wanted to control it. That makes sense, and I stick by that decision. But let's go ahead and grant some. Did you know animals fight each other? I didn't know that. Take a look. You can actually see that there's a wolf and a couple of deer fighting each other out over here. Huh. Interesting. I don't know that I've seen any evidence that we've been able to get any deer on our own. Maybe people have found a way to walk up behind a deer and just punch it to death. I see some dead ones down here, though. Do we need, like, a butchery area or something? I mean, how do I get the leathers and meat from them? Do we have to have a butcher? So is the hunting family completely useless just eating up all my food for a while? Because that's kind of what I'm leaning toward. But I might be wrong. Yeah, we're almost entirely out of food at this point. We've got very, very little to work with. I can't give people any more food. That's a little bit concerning. Okay, well, good news is tax day is here. Well, at least it will be in just a few more hours. So pretty soon I'm going to get an influx of resources and we can see where things stand. But yeah, this has grown a little bit faster than I was expecting, it turns out. I wasn't quite prepared for the growth. Oh, but someone did die. Old age took its toll. All right, well. What does one do with these bodies? I actually don't know. Graveyard, I see here, yeah. Requires the graveyard keeping profession. Uh-huh. I don't have anyone with that, so there's gotta be a way to get rid of this body, right? Can we just toss it in the pit by the deer? Is that an option? Oh, here we go. Okay, so if you go under production, I don't know why this is a productive building exactly, but okay, there is a wooden grave available, and I think if you place it on a family's plot, then they'll be able to bury someone, I'm pretty sure. So let's try placing it over here, and I think your zone already encompasses that. Yeah, perfect. So if we can build this up, I'm pretty sure we can bury the body, which I imagine is a way of, you know, avoiding any nasty diseases. Yeah, there we go, taking the body away. Excellent, all right, problem solved, all in a day's work. Oh, somebody here has rope. Oh my gosh, all right, buy that. Since rope has been shockingly hard to come by up to this point. And let's go ahead and get rid of this furniture, and we'll be able to build the noble double bed, which will make my ruler a lot happier. How are we looking on food now that tax day has come and gone? Got a lot of carrots. We got a bit of extra grain, some potatoes. This is kind of it, honestly. Here's the fish, at least. We've got food. It's just not an absolute ton of food. Parsnips, at least, we got a lot of. I'll hold on to that as a reserve food if I ever do run out. Remember, I don't have to hold on to this much food for tax day. My own tax day, I should say, toward the end of autumn. Or maybe it's beginning of autumn, I don't remember. But we don't have to hold on to this. We could dole it out now as long as I get it before the King's tax man comes back. I'm just hoping to avoid that because I don't have a ton of confidence I will get all of the right stuff in time. Another farming family owns a couple of, wait, what is this? Owns 2 sheep already? What? All right, hang on. You guys have sheep? Because this isn't the way I thought I was gonna get sheep, but if you've got sheep, guess what this means? It means this farmland is gonna be yoinked away from the Drake family and given to someone who can dang well use it. Although I guess what I could do is literally just remove, there we go, yeah, just take away this zone and rework it. That could also work. Yeah, all right, sure. Sheep pen. Hi, how you doing? We're gonna go ahead and hand this off. So where are the sheep you've got? There they are! Ah! Oh my god! We've got sheep, ladies and gentlemen. It's an old sheep, so that doesn't do me a whole lot of good, but still, we've got 2 sheep. Okay. If you see the opportunity to buy more, I recommend you buy more sheep, all right? I feel like you can't have enough of these things. So let's get more and hope that we can get some breeding pairs. But yeah, all right. Between this young male and this old female, maybe we can get more. And in the meantime, that's wool, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it looks like they just died, but no, they're asleep. I think one thing I'm going to do is start pulling back a lot on my grains in favor of more efficient foods. Because we got plenty of straw. Now that I've been able to build out the houses, we're getting a load of planks in. I shouldn't need this for so many projects. So I'm kind of leaning toward there are better ways of getting food. And the best ways that I know how are to get things like rice and corn. Both of those are very, very good. So as many of those as possible is pretty much always a must. But yeah, we shouldn't need many oats or barley from here on out, at least until I get a milling family and a bakery family. I feel like this is going to cause a lot of neighborly strife. So this sheep pen is like literally hooked up to the family that I kind of took the land away from. But I'm sorry, you guys didn't have any sheeps. Not that I couldn't like just take the sheep away from the other family and give it to them, but like that just seems wrong, you know? I don't know what kind of bond they formed with their little sheeps, so I'm not going to take them away. Far be it for me to do that. Oh, look at all the little delicious blueberries. All right, so the bushes are actually coming along fairly nicely over here. Malnutritioned soil, though. It's probably less good. Wow. Yeah, it looks like trees soak up an absolute ton of nutrition out of the soil. That's interesting. A masoning family. I kind of wish I could get this. I'm debating whether I should. It's kind of only useful if I also get, what, a mining family of some sort? Yeah, because it's going to take a lot of stone, of which I have a little bit. I do have some stone, just not much. With that, I would produce stone blocks, stone tiles, etc. Yeah, no, I'm not far enough along in the game where I feel like moving towards stone is a smart thing. Until we can get a consistent source of stone, we're going to get very limited usage, but they're going to continue eating up all of my food regardless. So, yeah, no. We'll pass on that. Let's not jump the gun. We're not in a rush. It's fine. A bow-making family. Now, okay, hang on. So that takes planks, yarn, potentially steel rods if we want to make crossbows, but sounds like a good way of helping people to hunt deer. So this actually is something I think I'm going to want. I'm a little bit worried about taking these guys on right now, but we'll give it a shot nonetheless. Let's go ahead and build them out of home. Oh, good lord. Some villagers are fighting each other, and someone's down. Good, okay, so my guards did absolutely nothing. Apparently now I need a jail. You guys just couldn't behave yourselves, could ya? Nope, couldn't be done at all. Alright, fine, we'll have to get a jail now. I have to imagine the odds of a family getting into a fight probably has something to do with the individual mood of our people. For the most part, I think most of our folks are reasonably happy. I mean, their basic needs are taken care of. They're happy, their mood's pretty decent. I think we're all right, but once in a while, there's gonna be a little bit of a misunderstanding. Then you understand, things get a little heated, someone throws a punch, and then ends up in jail. Don't do it, you idiots! I don't tolerate that kind of tomfoolery in Cinderbruch. And now someone committed a crime. Someone committed an act of theft. Any chance I'm able to find out about that? Who did that? Did you commit the crime? Hang on, storing things. What are you storing out of curiosity? You've got a rather suspiciously high amount of... Oh, wow, yeah, no, you definitely have a suspicious amount of gold, and they have a suspicious lack of it. Alberta Craig. All right, cool. So, recruit guards, set up guard posts to prevent them. I'd like to prevent them, so I guess I can set up a little guard post for sure, yeah, but how do I try Alberta as a criminal? How do I try her in a court of law and throw her in the jail? Maybe something I should do is change up my guards a little bit. So instead of having 2 day guards, we have 1 day, 1 night. That could make some sense, yeah. Someone on patrol. We'll set up a little guard post over here and try to make sure that somebody's keeping an eye on these places. You know, I probably should actually also have a guard post around my warehouse, since I kind of care more about that. That seems like an important place to protect from these potential thieves. Well, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to try something. We're going to go to our warehouse over here. I'm going to seize from the Craig family some gold. And I believe in extra restitution, so I'm stealing 4 of it. Give me that gold, all of it. And then I'm going to give it to the Walsh family who had it stolen from them. I imagine what that did is it's just gonna make the Craig family extremely angry with me. But in lieu of another way to deal with it, it seems like the only fair thing to do. Oh, yeah, no, their mood is extremely low. These guys are mad. Very, very mad. Maybe I should have just done something to Alberta directly. Was that an option? Can I, like, imprison you? Oh, I can. Villager to be imprisoned in jail regardless of crimes committed. Yeah, but you did commit a crime. That's the thing. I don't know how quickly their mood goes back up, but these guys are really angry because I took the money. Look, your daughter did it. I saw her do it. I can't prove it in a court because I don't have a traveling judge, but I saw her do it. There are rumors about a growing peasant uprising. Oh, no. Investigate families and uncover their leader before it's too late. Now, see, I suspect it has something to do with this family, but how do I do an investigation? I could expel the family. Yeah, that would suck. Gather intelligence. You must have a Master of Affairs counselor and the intelligence officer assigned. Well, freaking heck, I definitely don't have that. Hang on, let's take a look under domain. Is that a thing we can do? High Council. Master of Affairs and an intelligence officer. Sure enough. Well, crud. I wonder if in this means that I do need to expel the family because of the daughter's theft. I hate to do it because I really wanted a tailor. But I really do suspect that they're the issue here. I mean, I guess I could give them some money again and just try to offset the mood, which doesn't seem very fair, but I suppose at the end of the day, I'm not really interested in having an uprising. So maybe I can grant them just a little bit of money. Like, let's say a gold. All right, if I granted you guys a gold, would that improve your mood enough that you stop trying to do anything against me? Certainly seems to have made something better. Yep, there's the family relationship. It's gone up a little bit. So they're angry we seized resources, but they're happy we gave a little bit back. Mood still is terrible, but at least the family relationship is good enough that I'm hoping this means they're not going to fight me. May or may not work out that way. An architecture family. Ooh. These are like the carpenters in the sense that they're able to go around and build things, right? Carpenters can be building certain types of things, and then these guys can build other certain types of things. However, I don't have stone, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the big things they would work with. So that doesn't seem like a great option to me. By the way, I would like to note that apparently we don't have enough melons and fish and stuff anymore. Are we making so many meals at our manor that we're using up my food stores? Because if so, that's a problem. I'm not totally sure what happens if you fail to pay all of the taxes off to the king. I mean, I think we'll be fine in the end, but if we don't, what happens? I think we lose some relations, maybe some reputation, which makes it harder for us to recruit people. And also, we haven't really messed with this system called favor points yet. I'll show you guys some of that later, probably in the next video, but you always want to pay your dues unto his kingness, because otherwise, you lose out on some pretty nice benefits that could get you some extra families and whatnot. So, we'll do our darndest, Mr. King. I'll get your taxes, don't you worry. I'm good for it, I swear. You know me. You know me for years. I'm totally good for it. All right, tax day comes once again. This should solve a lot of issues. Wow, that's a lot more fish. Heck yeah, all right, we got like 400 fish out of that turnout. That's so much better. Yeah, now we're getting everything we were expecting. Much better, much better. How much wool did we get from those 2 sheep? It looks like about 7 each. 14 wool in total. Okay, that's not so bad. So we did get a fair bit of yarn. Now, the way that this is going to work here, if you look at the tailor's workshop I built, the spinning wheel takes wool and turns it into yarn. And you can see at the very bottom it says 1 wool becomes 8 yarn. And then 3 yarn becomes 1 silk. So every 1 wool is worth 2 silk plus a couple of extra spare yarn. And that is enough to make basically a cape. So every 1 wool is 1 cape. Interesting. Or more than 1 clothes. Got it. Okay. So if we're going to adjust some priorities then over here, what we can do as far as products is say, make some yarn, make a couple of those into silk, and then make some clothes, and maybe some capes as a lower priority beyond that. So we do something kind of like this. Yeah, okay. So as long as this family doesn't have, an uprising against me, we can now actually start producing clothes. And the more sheep we have, the more uptime these guys will have as well. The more clothes I have, the more tradable goods I have. There we go. Yeah, as long as they don't rise up against me, we actually can start turning this into some money. Glass makers. I don't know what's involved in glass making, if I'm honest. I have a hard time believing we need this. Sand and firewood becoming sand and glass. Does sound kind of fun. However, are they able to get their own sand? I don't know. Taking on another family seems just a teeny little bit risky, but at the same time, glass. That could be kind of fun. All right, let's accept them. Let's try for it. Let's try for it, dang it. We're going to get some sand and we're going to turn it into glass. So let's try placing down a glass mill and just see what's involved. A dig site appears to be a small thing you'd have to place over presumably some sand. At least that's what I'm shooting for down over here. Then there is a glass furnace. And what does it take to make these? It looks like just stone blocks. Ah, darn it, I don't have stone blocks. I've got stones, but not stone blocks. All right. That means we need to look for an opportunity to buy some of that. In the meantime, they can just gather up some sand or something. Ugh, okay. Not great, not quite what I might have hoped for, but if we can get some stone blocks, it's fine. In the meantime, we still gotta get them a house. How about a small house over here? All right. They're not gonna get a lot because they don't actually have very many people in their family, so they don't need a lot. I know. Taking on additional families, probably not the best idea. We've been kind of pushing off on a lot of families for a reason, but this one's relatively small, so the food cost is, manageable, and I figure, hey, if we can actually get something that doesn't require a special family for input, we don't have to have a miner necessarily in order to get some glass, that might be worth something. Even if it's more trade goods that I'm able to sell off to caravans, or eventually start installing some windows for some beauty, I don't really know. Any of those would be completely fine with me. It's just now we gotta find the one input we're missing, which is stone blocks, a one-time cost. I see that as somewhat manageable. And then if we get that up and running, cool. That's a whole new production chain contained within only one family. I call that a pretty good deal, probably worth the risk, but I wouldn't do it with just anyone, so you guys are probably a very lucky family. Don't you feel lucky? You should. Uh-oh, we got a small problem. Somebody hath contracted the measles. It's Penelope Tyler, my cook. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Okay. Well, we may want to consider moving on to promoting someone to the clergy, make them my local priest, and see if we can isolate them in some sort of a hospital. Yeah, that's gonna be really important. Nursing as a required profession, huh? I don't have anyone who can do that. Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time figuring this out, but I've got to find a way to deal with the measles, or at the very least, isolate Penelope Tyler, because there's a very good chance that she is going to die. Right, well, that's going to be a challenge for another video, but thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. We made some pretty solid progress, I think. Added in a lot of families and a whole lot more on the map. It's looking pretty good. If you did enjoy, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Once again, thank you to Fulcrum for sponsoring the video, and if you guys would like to learn more, there is a link in the description down below. My name is Pravus, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.